Well, these are the Blackburn. Well, these are images from inside Anfield on a hugely emotional day, and that, I suppose, Mark, best expresses the emotion of what everyone is feeling today.
Yeah, I think you know, when you've been a supporter here for so long, and you hear "You'll Never Walk Alone" sung, it always raises the hairs on the back of your neck. But today, obviously, with virtually 20 years to the day, it's an even more poignant moment.
Well, as we saw earlier, the Match of the Day commentator Steve Wilson was in the Leppings Lane end at Hillsborough 20 years ago, and he's there for us this afternoon. Steve, first of all, try and best you can explain the mixed emotions Liverpool fans are going through at a time like this.
It's very emotional seeing those scenes from Anfield now, Manish. The sadness for the loss of so many lives is still felt very much even after 20 years, but so is the anger. And the justice campaign is as strong now as it has ever been. There's still anger at the allegations made by the Sun newspaper under the headline "The Truth." The newspaper eventually apologised for its reporting of the disaster, but it's fair to say that the Sun doesn't sell on Merseyside. The fact of the matter is that no individual or organisation has ever been held to account, that the verdicts were of accidental death rather than unlawful killing. So many things conspired in an horrific way that afternoon, and the Taylor report found that this was effectively a disaster waiting to happen, that it could have been any set of supporters at almost any football ground in the country at that time. Fate decreed it would be Liverpool and it would be Hillsborough.
And Steve, we heard from John Aldridge there, also many of the survivors, and obviously their main concern is that the details of the tragedy were never fully investigated. Why is that?
Well, the match here was stopped at 3:06. At the inquest, the coroner controversially ruled that all the victims were either dead or brain dead by 3:15. That means that there has never been an investigation into what the South Yorkshire police did after that time. That leaves many questions unanswered, not least perhaps why more than 40 ambulances were prevented by the police from entering the stadium. They were still treating what was happening as hooliganism. Undoubtedly, some individual officers did save lives, but largely speaking, it was the fans who were responsible for getting people out. It was the survivors who were acting as the emergency services. The Justice campaign still hopes to have an inquiry opened into what happened after 3:15. The latest attempt brought to the European Court of Human Rights by Anne Williams, whose son Kevin died aged just 15, was rejected a fortnight ago.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Well, players and fans preparing to join alike now in the centre circle at Anfield for a minute's silence for the victims of the Hillsborough tragedy.
Join us with the signal of the referee's whistle in observing a minute's silence.
And that was impeccably observed, Mark, and that shows how the football family comes together at a time like this.
Yeah, undoubtedly, and I don't know whether you saw the shot there, but I think it was Stephen Warnock, the old Liverpool player, who laid the wreath on behalf of Blackburn Rovers, which was obviously a very nice touch indeed.